I'm at Town Hall today. As you can see, QVB. We're actually going to go behind the QVB to visit my friend Junda at Ho Jiak.
Well, I'm sure you'll find plenty of stories about me online anyway, but just to recap, I went to UTS, did a double degree, majored in finance and project management. Came out, worked for the banks for about a year and a half, and then realized that I've always wanted to be in the food industry. The cafe industry was booming, so that was my, entry point. After that, opened up my own cafe, and then from running one cafe to multiple cafes, I realized that I've hit a point where I'm quite stagnant because I'm just making coffee, but I really want to be cooking. And so then we started Petaling Street in Sydney with the original owners from Melbourne, and we started that the branch in George Street. The problem that I had with my ex-business partners or the original owners of Petaling Street was they never allowed me to go into the food. So they always said, you just run, you just manage the business. We were doing well, but again, there was a lot of areas, there was a lot of things that we could fix. I said, this one's a little bit too salty, this one's a little bit too sweet, this one's not spicy enough, can I do that? And they always came back to me and they always said, you're too young, you have no experience in the kitchen. Leave the food to the chefs, right? So after taking that for about 2 years, I think I had enough. I got fed up and I just said, look, we've got 4 branches, we're making good money. Why don't you buy my shares out at my buy-in price? So they were really happy. They bought me out. I took that money and I started Ho Jiak. So Ho Jiak Street Food, my first Ho Jiak ever, was something small. It was in the plaza, it was in a food court. It was a 12-seater restaurant, basically. And that was the first time I was thrown into a commercial kitchen with commercial cooking equipment. Had absolutely no idea what to do at all. But I knew I loved to cook, so that's when I started. So for the first 9 months, I was just cooking, refining the dishes. And after the first 9 months, reviewers came, bloggers and stuff like that came, and then slowly, or it wasn't really that slow. I think it took about a year before our queues were about 45 minutes to 1 hour long. So when we finally decided to go into the city, it was 110-seater. So from 12-seater, we went to 110-seater. And again, then the question was, how do you differentiate yourself as a Malaysian restaurant in Sydney? I realized that, I want to pay homage to my grandmother. And so the menu at Haymarket will be based on what Amma used to cook for me, what she used to, take me out to eat. Basically, all of the dishes there was heavily influenced by my grandma. And of course, it's also very simple and homely cooking.
So where did you say your Amma's from?
Amma's from Penang.
Penang. So is that what your food is kind of?
For Haymarket, yes. So at Haymarket, again, like I said, it's all heavily influenced by Amma. So we grew up in Penang. She raised me, and so again, like I said, how do I differentiate myself with all the other Malaysian restaurants? It's number one, I wanted to do something that was more to home cooking style.
So nostalgia.
Simple food. But also everything, like I said, was influenced by Amma. So before we opened Haymarket, a lot of people went, you gotta be crazy. Who's gonna pay money for home cooked food? But then, how do we turn it around? Time, word of mouth. Keep sticking to what we do, keep believing in ourselves, that home cooked food will sell. And after 3 months, article after article came out. And I think within a year or less than a year, we started winning food awards. And that's when it actually took off. And then that's when Ho Jiak became Ho Jiak, to be honest. And then now people know us for our style of cooking, and my MO has always been to take Malaysian food to a higher level, but by using the premium ingredients or produce that we get from Australia. So that's what we specialize in, and that's what we do.
And what's your most popular dish?
So of course our most popular dish is actually Char right?
Yeah.
So Char is pretty much, wok fried flat rice noodles with dark sauce or soy sauce. That's pretty much it. So in Malaysia you get it with prawns and lap cheong, and I'm pretty sure you can get that the same style here all over other Malaysian restaurants. But why our Char has been getting a lot of good reviews is because number one, I emphasize on the wok hei. So we make sure that the Char has enough wok hei, and by wok hei, what we're saying is it's the breath of the wok. So we cook it at really high heat. We get all the flames into the rice noodles, and that's what gives it flavor. Now our Char has then gone on to expand and become more, I guess, bold by putting in spanish crab meat from Fraser Island. We use king prawns from Western Australia, and we've recently put in live marin. So live marin from Western Australia on our char kway teow, and there's, I guess, in a way, no one else is doing what we're doing. But again, that's what I've always been doing, because I believe that traditional, classic, simple flavors can be elevated by using premium produce, better ingredients from this country. So yeah, I've always enjoyed cooking, right? And obviously Amma taught me a lot, and growing up watching her cook, it's pretty much where I learned most of my stuff. That's why we did home cooking at Haymarket. So again, like I said, I'm not a trained chef. I didn't go to any culinary school, nor did I work for anyone in the industry, but I still wanted to cook. I thought that my food was pretty tasty. So when we went to Haymarket, all the food that you see there, or you try there, or you eat there, were actually cooked by me before this in my own home. It's actually home cooking, and then what we've just done is to make it better at a restaurant, because obviously better equipment, better produce, better ingredients and stuff like that. And so then you just had to transform it from a home cooked dish to a restaurant meal.
Is there a difference between food from Penang and like the rest of Malaysia?
Oh yeah, definitely. So even with in Penang or Kuala Lumpur, for example, actually, to be honest, the food in Malaysia is all regional. I guess it's the same in a lot of Southeast Asian countries. Penang is north of Malaysia. We cook the laksa there a certain way. If you go down south, the laksa is cooked a certain way there. You go east, you go west, they're all different. Now, then if you go to KL, which is the capital city of Malaysia, just in that little city alone, you'll find laksa cooked like 50 different kind of ways. So that's, I think, is what the beauty of Malaysian food is. There's so many variations to it, and I think it doesn't matter what region it comes from, as long as it tastes good. Who cares? So
this is actually very Penang, right?
Yeah. So we're Ho Jiak. It's even from the first one, we're always bringing murals to I guess show that we're from Penang. If you've been to Penang before, you've seen these murals, and you see plenty of murals all over the Ho Jiak in Sydney. Yeah.
What does Ho Jiak mean?
Ho Jiak just means delicious or tasty.
Is that supposed to be a family member, or?
Well, when they did it, it was supposedly meant to be me. I don't think it looks like me at all, but let's just say it's me.
Maybe if we get you the hat, throw it down around your neck. Let's see.